What's up, Wolfman fans? Back with you here today. Putting out a video. It's been a few days. Well, hell, actually, it's probably been more like a week or so. I don't know. I don't really keep track of how long it is between one video to the next, and I apologize for the inconsistency. You guys are just kind of have to accept that from me from now on, because that's just the way it is. Eventually, I'm sure, I'll probably get on a regular upload schedule. Just, especially with the holidays, it's a little wonky. It is what it is. You just have to kind of go with it. But as you can see, we're getting ready for Christmas. We've got our Christmas tree up. I will, swing that around for you to see. Yeah, pretty nice. Kind of small, little 6-foot tree, nothing big, but it's nice all the same. But anyway, that's not what today's video is about. Today's video is actually on the topic of hypocrisy. That is right, hypocrisy. For those of you who do not know what hypocrisy is, I can't give you the actual Merriam-Webster definition, because obviously I'm not holding the book right in front of me, but I can tell you. Basically, to give you an example, hypocrisy is basically saying how someone is not allowed to do something and then going off and doing it yourself. That's hypocrisy. And that's a very simple explanation of it and a very simple example. But the reason this is a topic today is because we see it so prevalently nowadays. It's become such a big thing. And I don't even think that a lot of people notice this. I mean, yeah, grant you, there's probably a bunch of people that do, but the problem is the people that are making headlines. And you know what? Maybe it's just an attempt for people to get famous and get their little 15 minutes of fame on TV, on the news, whatever it is. I don't care. Do what you do. But this is something that really needs to be addressed. I'm gonna bash on, very openly here, some of you social justice groups. And what I mean by that is feminists. I'm gonna hit you guys, probably the hardest, because of all the groups that I despise, feminists are the ones I hate the most. Black Lives Matter, I'm gonna hit you guys too. The LGBTQ group. A lot of these ones that make the biggest headlines. Now, I will say, forewarning, that I have nothing against gays, homosexuals, because I don't want to be offensive. You know what? Screw that. I'm going to be all kinds of offensive. Alright, I don't have anything against gays. I don't have anything against black people or Hispanic people or Asian people. You know, they're people. They're just all people. Feminists, I have everything against you. Now, on that, I don't have a problem with equality. And I do mean equality. True equality between men and women. Not this equality that they have in their minds where women are praised and powerful and all this stuff while simultaneously being victims of everything men do. When men haven't done anything. And I'm not saying men don't ever do anything wrong. I'm certainly not saying that. My point is, you can't generalize. Like, you can't come up to me and say, well, you're a sexist, you're a rapist, and blah, 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 when I've never done anything sexist at all. Never, or at least not that I'm aware of. I've never raped a woman. That I can be positive of. That has never happened even once in my life, and it's never even crossed my mind to do such a thing, because it's a horrible thing to do. I can equate rape right around the same level as murder. You didn't lose somebody, like somebody didn't die, but at least not physically. They died on the inside. They've died emotionally. A part of them, a part of their personality is lost. If you've ever met a rape victim, 9 times out of 10, they're not the same person they were beforehand. It is a huge traumatic experience that they change. Their whole personality completely shifts. So it's a horrible thing. It's a violation. I mean, come on. And then just to walk around and say that all men do it, or all men think about it, and it's okay. The idea of rape culture, okay, rape culture, this needs to be said, is not a thing. There is no such thing as a rape culture. To say rape culture would basically indicate that there is a big open culture out there that promotes sexual assault and rape and violence and sexual violence. There is not a culture for that. There's not it's not a culture for that like there is a culture for, car lovers. That there is a whole, group of people out there, a whole population of people who just, live their life all about cars. We like to call them gearheads. They're all about cars. They have their favorite car. They spend their days on the weekends working on the car. That's a culture. That's a simple, small culture, but it's a culture. Now, to say the same thing exists for rape, no, that doesn't exist. That would be, if you're going to say a rape culture exists, the same, you could go ahead and say that a murder culture exists. Maybe in some dark, twisted corner of the world, yeah, but in open society, no. It does. There's fucked up people out there who do these kind of things, and then the mass majority of the population knows it was wrong and says that man should be prosecuted. Well, brought to justice. Well, that's how it is. So rape culture does not exist. There's no such thing. Nobody promotes rape. That's so far beyond bullshit, it's not even funny. But the hypocrisy is that only men can be rapists. Women can't do it. That would be sexist to say that women are capable of such things. That's hypocrisy. Moving on to Black Lives Matter and racism, because the idea of racism in and of itself is hypocrisy, or at least as it has been portrayed today. And by today, I don't mean literally today, guys. I mean 2016. 2016's been a fucked up year, and anybody who has been alive for this year knew what 2015 and 2014 looked like. This year has been all kinds of jacked up, and we know it. But anyways, I digress. Racism has been racism is a real thing. It's the idea of one race being superior to another race. That's an idea of racism. I mean, there's little smaller intricacies that are involved with it, but that's the base idea of it. But we've taken that and skewed it to mean basically anybody white. If that sounds vague to you, well, you're not alone. I'm white, so I am inherently racist. I don't do racist things. I mean, every one of us, let's be honest, is a slight bit racist, just a slight bit. We say things that are we say things that are attributed to stereotypes, which, let's be honest, it is racist. But for the most part, people are going just kind of laugh at it and pass it off. And it really doesn't affect our everyday lives. I have nothing against black people. I have a lot of black friends. I've had a lot of senior NCOs when I was in the Army, and senior officers that very respectable, very smart, very hardworking, respectable individuals that definitely deserved the position that they were in, that were black, or Puerto Rican or Mexican or whatever. They weren't all white people. But then there's some that are out there that would try to convince you of that is an example of reverse racism. And if you think you've heard that before, if you're thinking to yourself, wow, that sounds familiar, it should. It was in a movie talking about reverse racism and how people just won't say anything to the black guy, being overly nice to him as an idea of kind of reparations for, past grievances. I don't think that's true. That is one of those, and I've talked about this before in a previous video, a perceived offense. What? People being nice to you is now offensive. You see that? You see the stupidity in that? That's not even hypocrisy. That's just dumb. But again, a black person can call a white person racist, can call us all kinds of racial slurs, honky, cracker. These are racial slurs, whitey. All these are racial slurs. White people don't give a fuck because we were taught when we were kids, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I don't know when that stopped being relevant, but most of us learned that. And most of us, even if we didn't get taught that when we were kids, be you black, white, Mexican, Asian, what the F ever you are, you go, okay, and you walk away, and you go about your day. What the fuck does that person who just sits there and openly, verbally assaults you, what difference does he make on your life? Made you a little bit pissed off right there, but other than that, at the end of the day, you're still gonna go buy freaking Jack in the Box and get your food and go home, watch TV, and eat, and go about your day. Nobody's gonna make it. It doesn't make a difference. So shut the fuck up. Stop complaining. But the idea that only white people are capable of being racist, but black people can do all of that, is a version of hypocrisy. That's why Black Lives Matter is huge bunch of fucking hypocrites. Now, they will like to sit there and they'll even claim that the All Lives Matter movement is just a white people's it's a nicer way of us getting away with saying white lives matter, basically. No, what I'll tell you what it is, and this is I hope this somewhat kills the misconception there. All Lives Matter is a bunch of people that can't understand why only Black Lives Matter, because that's what they got out of it. They're not saying that if you wanted your movement to mean that all Black Lives Matter as much as everybody else's, it would have been called Black Lives Matter 2. Not just Black Lives Matter. Because that implies, and this is a big problem you guys have with words you say, not with what other people say, because with other people's words, you insert implications. Whether they're there or not, you make these people out to have these crazy implications, offensive implications, when they don't have them. But, and this is again, hypocrisy, your words, there's no other implication other than what exactly you meant, which I have found changes from time to time to suit your needs or to get you out of hot water. Stop saying Black Lives Matter. Stop saying all lives matter, because all lives do matter. And that means my life, your life, his life, her life, everybody's life. And you notice I say your, my, his, her. This crazy gender crap needs to stop. There's two genders, people. Male and female. Now, that being said, if you are male and female, there is such a thing as a sexual orientation. And there can be as many sexual orientations as you want. We already have heterosexual, homosexual, and then and somehow that bled into being gender types as well. And it's not, you guys are fucked on that one. You're stupid if you think that those make a difference in gender. They don't. Excuse me. Anyways, gender is assigned to you, not by your parents. It is assigned to you biologically. You have atheists out there that fight for the belief in science and not God and creation, and I'm not arguing any of that right now. That's not the topic, and that's fine. But if you're going to be so hard-hitting and hard-headed and not going to accept any kind of spiritualism, only science and fact, why are you so accepting of the idea that people can have all these different genders? And it's not just like you identify as a gender. And that's the one you're going to stick with. One of 27 or so, whatever the number they're up to now. It's not just one of those. It changes daily. Not even daily. It could change by the hour. And that has somehow flooded into people feeling a certain age. Look, man, I can't walk to the go walk up into the movies and say I want a senior citizens rate movie ticket because I feel at heart that I'm 65 when really I'm 30, because it's not gonna fly. It doesn't work that way. If you're in your mid 40s and you say, and you're a man, you can't walk around and say, well, I just feel like I'm a 7-year-old girl, and expect people to accept that, because guys, it doesn't work that way. You were 7 at one time, and now you've grown up. That's a natural biological process, as well as being a male or female. It's decided by your fucking chromosomes, not your emotions. That's not even hypocrisy. Again, that's just really just stupidity. And we're allowing people this insanity. And we're coddling it. We're accepting it. And we're trying to embrace it. Why? Why are we embracing insanity and stupidity? That never used to fly. There was a time when that didn't happen. There's even, I will say this, old school transsexuals. And what I mean by transsexuals, trans meant the transition. They were a male, and now they were being a female. And they went through the process of becoming a female. You can't change your chromosomes, unfortunately for them. But there's things you can do to appear more like a female. Change your voice. You can remove your privates and stuff. I'm not going to go into the details. You know what I'm saying. But now there's people who don't even want to accept that. Guy's got a dick, but he says, well, I'm a woman, and you just have to accept that I'm a woman. No, motherfucker, it don't work that way. All right, so anyway, I'm getting angry. That's not hypocrisy. Again, the stupidity. But the fact that these people want you to accept their beliefs and the way that they see things, but then they turn around and will tell you, as a white Christian male, you're wrong in every aspect of your life without even having done anything wrong. Do you see the hypocrisy there? That's the craziness of it. While we're on the topic of that, and I've talked about people who get offended about things before. They talk about black people, or they're the most stereotyped, or the most just what's the word I'm looking for? Abused. They're abused and looked down upon, blah, blah, blah. Actually, that's not true. I would argue the fact that the most despised group of people in this country, not the world, because not everybody in the world not every country in the world is as dumb as the U.S. is right now. But in this country are straight, white, Christian males, and to top it off, if that straight white Christian male happens to be a military veteran. All 5 of those, is which I am looked down upon by a huge mass of the public. Why? Because I'm racist, because I'm automatically racist because I'm white. I'm automatically a sexist because I'm a man, and a rapist at that too. Don't forget that part. I'm a homophobe because I'm straight. I am a Islamophobe, or whatever you want to call it, because I'm a Christian. Has nothing to do with the fact that we're, our religions do not see eye to eye. They're not the same, and that's why we have a kind of we're kind of against each other because of that. I mean, I don't think it should lead to war and stuff, but at the same time, does that not make sense? Opposing viewpoints? Dumbass? Anyway, as a Christian, I'm an Islamophobe. Also, number 6, I forgot, I'm a conservative. So also, I am considered a xenophobe because all conservatives are immediately Republicans, and Republicans are xenophobes, and we don't like foreigners. regardless of the fact that we truly believe that our country was built as the melting pot, the great melting pot of the world. My family came to this country. Actually, my father's family, way back when, came here before it was even the United States. We were the British colonies at the time, and my family fought on the side of the colonials fighting for independence. You want to talk about patriotic? My family has been patriots since the very beginning of them in this country. My mother's family, they came from Germany in around 1929. Why would I hate immigrants? My family's immigrants. That's how they got here. My wife's family, a lot of them are Italian. They're immigrants. There's nothing wrong with immigration. It's just that we have a problem with people entering this country illegally. Because, yeah, we're all immigrants, but there's a process we went through to become citizens of this country. And it's kind of like if you got given a spot on a starting spot on a basketball team. Let's look at it this way. You have no skill. You're not even athletic. It's not like you're good at another sport. You're just not athletic. You're overweight. You're not a very fast runner. You're short of breath. You have no eye-hand coordination, which in basketball is a huge must. But you got given a starting spot on the team during the big championship game. The other guy, and everybody keeps pushing for you to be put out on the court, and you keep getting put out time after time, and the other guys are going, why? He sucks. He didn't even try out for the team. Why does he get to be on this team? Why are we still letting him be on the team when he's a hindrance to the team? That is the same idea of illegals. They didn't get into this country the same way as other immigrants. They're not contributing the same way as other immigrants. They're not paying taxes. Taxes that go to help build roads, repair roads that are all jacked up. You guys keep complaining about potholes, but you're not willing to pay the taxes that help get those roads fixed. Come on. But they don't pay taxes. Money goes straight into their pockets, which would be wonderful. We all would wish that could happen, but it doesn't happen. There's hypocrisy in there, guys. Come on. We need to start pulling our heads out of our asses. Start accepting some people are fat, some people are thin. Fat people start realizing that there are legitimate health issues. If you just don't give a shit, fine, I don't care. I'm with you. I don't give a shit. I'm overweight. I mean, I don't really, in my stomach you can see it, but other than that I look fairly well. But I'm overweight. I smoke. I drink. It's not a particular, and I eat greasy food all the time. And it's, I don't live healthy. I know I don't live healthy, and I accept that. That's fine. Maybe someday I will. But right now, it is what it is. I enjoy my life. Just say that. You enjoy your life. If you like being fat, quit trying to scream at people saying, I'm beautiful too. Well, not in the eyes of that guy, you're not. He may not think you're beautiful. Someone else might. And I'm glad you have the body confidence. That's fine. Have confidence. But don't force everybody else to supplement your confidence. We need to pull our heads out of our asses, quit doing that one. We need to stop trying to point our finger at everybody else and say how fucked up and wrong they are. I've said this one a couple of times before in the past, I know. Take a look in the mirror. What's fucked up about you? You won't get up in the morning and start seeing what's wrong in this world. Get up in the morning and start with you. You are the easiest person in the world to change when you're trying to make a change. What's wrong with me? Because I'm saying a lot of things that's wrong with people. What's wrong with me? Again, I'm overweight. I'm not particularly, I'm kind of lazy, to be honest with you. I smoke, I drink, not exactly the best qualities, and it also wastes money, guys. I'm not very good with money at all. I try, actually, you know what? My wife tries. I'll give the credit to her. She makes a hell of a lot more effort than I do, and she certainly, it shows, it pays off. And I thank God, because I am a Christian, so I can, and this is my video, so I'll say what the fuck I want. I thank God for my what I have and where I've gotten in life. I couldn't do it by myself. I have a lot of shortcomings, and I'm trying to work on. I'm not even particularly the most emotionally open guy, except out of anger. When I'm angry, oh, the world knows. But other than that, I'm pretty mellowed out, and I don't wear my emotions on my sleeve. It makes me kind of hard to read, and it's caused problems before with people. So I gotta work on that. I have flaws, but so do the rest of you world. And we're not gonna fix any of this stupidity and this crazy hypocrisy until we all start realizing that we have problems. Gay people, you're awesome. Keep being gay. Do what you will. Not my lifestyle, but I'm not gonna tell you how to live yours. Be gay. I have gay friends, some of the coolest, nicest people I've ever met. Black people, keep on being black. I mean, what else are you gonna do? It's not like you can change your skin tone. We don't all have Michael Jackson's money to be able to do that. Keep being black. Your culture has influenced American culture, has become infused with everybody else's to become American culture. It has created what we have today. Hip hop music is today some of the most popular genre of music. That's because of y'all. White people didn't start that. You started that. Blues and jazz really started with black people. The contributions you guys have are some amazing things to really truly be proud of. And hey, keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. Keep adding to. Don't wreck shit and take away. Don't go out and protest and smash cars and whatever. That takes away. Add to. You guys are doing good at adding to. Add to. Mexican people, we love your food. Your food is awesome. And that's not a racial slur or a smash against you. No, truly, you guys have some of the best food in the world. Mexican food is amazing. It's some of my favorite food, honestly. Keep doing it. Keep rocking. Your music, okay, I'm not much for the mariachi stuff. But, honestly, there's an air to it. When it's playing, you kind of get there's kind of a sense in the air of the environment. So, hey, it's not a bad thing. Your culture's fine. It's great. Where would we be without Mexican culture as America? And I don't even mean Mexican, Hispanic in general. Hispanic culture has added a lot to America. Keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. White people, keep being white. Keep making country music. Keep grilling up some barbecue or whatever food was typical of white people. I don't fucking know. But keep doing that. Keep being you. But don't hate on these other people who are doing the same thing. And I'm not talking about, and at this point, I'm not directing it at white people. Because right now, we're not having a problem with white racists. We're having problems with racists of every other color, and the only people that they can see as racist is white. And we ain't been doing nothing. We're not all wearing hoods, guys. There's a very small collective of people that do that shit. And guess what? White people don't like them either. So there you go. We're all on the same page. We should all be looking at things exactly the same. There is no such thing as colorblind people. We have to be able to see color and be able to see each other for what we are. It's human nature. We have to be able to, it's descriptive. We have to be able to describe one person from another and be able to differentiate between people. Not because their color makes a difference to how good of a person they are, but it helps us identify you as a person. I'm proud to be a white guy. Why? Because it was the way I was born. How are you gonna walk around? How am I gonna walk around all the time hating who I am because I was born the way I am? I can't do nothing about it. It is what it is. Just got to make the best of it. The problem is we spend so much time focused on hate and racism and sexism when I truly don't believe we have any clue what those terms mean. And even if we did, it's like we turned around and made new definitions of them to suit our particular circumstance. Quit doing that. Just shut the fuck up. It's too easy. All you fucking assholes out there who burn the American flag, personally, if I ever meet a single one of you guys who openly will burn and step on the American flag, I will beat the ever-loving fuck out of you, and I'll wrap you in that burned motherfucker and send you back to your mother. And then That's what it's like to die for the flag. You died for what you believed in, and it involved the flag, much like many of my brothers and sisters did. That may not make sense to any of y'all, and that's fine, because it worked in my head, but that is what it is. Personally, like I said, I will beat the fuck out of any one of you I see doing it, because it's disrespectful. You want to talk about people being offensive and disrespectful? You are some of the most offensive motherfuckers out there. You do the most offensive shit. The people who go out there and say something with just a slip of the tongue or make a joke that was slightly inappropriate, and you scream and yell and pitch fits and flip tables and knock out windows and yell and punch people in the... Who's the more offensive person here? The guy that slipped in the joke, not even really thinking about his circumstances. He may be an idiot, true, but he's not the crazy person, the mentally insane individual who just did all this other crazy stuff. Trump won the presidency. Well, I know how we fix that. We burn American flags, which it's not like that was the beginning of it or anything, but what are you trying to prove? That stuff is flammable? We know it is. You're burning a symbol of oppression. Bitch, you live in this country. You're going to college in this country, probably on some kind of college fund where you didn't have to pay shit. Your family didn't have to pay shit because you were Mexican or you were black or something. I am yet to see the day that there is a white man college fund. There isn't, and there won't be, because there'd be some black dude out there be saying it's racist. Stop with the racism. We're not racist. I'm no more racist than you are racist. Stop perceiving and seeing everything as racist. Yeah, you guys ever hear that joke? Why's it gotta be black? It's so stupid we made a joke out of it. Y'all see that? When whatever it is that you're doing has become so bad that somebody makes a joke out of it, it's time to stop. So, anyway, I kind of went on a rant there at the end and kind of just started shouting and probably making a little no sense. But the hypocrisy needs to stop, people. We need to stop telling people who they are, especially when they're not doing it and you're doing it yourself. You can't call a person racist who was just walking down the street and didn't do anything that you don't even know. But just because he's white, he's racist. Do you see where that's going? Oh, wait, no, that's not possible because you're black. That's, once again, racial superiority equating to racism. Surprise! It's called hypocrisy. Hypocrisy needs to stop. Stupidity needs to stop. Pull your head out of your ass and be a decent person. Again, I'm going to say this, and I think it speaks volumes. Be a decent person. It's not hard to be nice to somebody. It takes way more energy to be pissed off and constantly accusing people of stuff and painting your face red and standing up in the middle of class with a fist in the air. These are the people that, seriously, guys like me, who really have to keep a check on our temper because we get so pissed off. You're the guys why we want to walk around and carry a bat with us at all times. So when you do that, we can walk right up behind you and go, puck, and just knock you the fuck out. And then go about with the class. Because you were a distraction and you're ruining whatever the discussion of the lecture was. Because you're out there with a red face and fist in the air. Stop protesting. You're not a part of some big Bolshevik movement. We're not about to overthrow a monarchy and create a new way of government. We have the best governmental system in the world. We have a constitutionally conservative, I'm sorry, I'm fucking that up. A constitutional representative republic. Meaning that we have a set of laws people are expected to abide by that are set by a people who are elected by the mass majority from amongst their populace. But it's a small group of people. They make the laws, they enforce the laws. And they act as figureheads, kind of like, just reading out everybody else's thoughts, speaking for the masses. That's how our stuff works. And then the great part is, if we don't like what they say, They've got only 4 years. We can elect somebody else. That's the wonderful part. Sorry, Hillary didn't win. Guys, get over it. I was pissed off that Obama got elected twice. I didn't think he did good the first time. Why would I think he would do good the second time? But you know what? I didn't protest. I didn't go and riot and smash store windows and demand a recount. I dealt with it. And you know what? I'll be honest with you guys. My daily life was honestly no worse off then than it was when Bush was in office. It was the same. Life didn't change for me. So, shut the fuck up. Go back to class. Put on some underwear, not a diaper, because you're grown enough to where you don't shit in your own pants. Therefore, you should be grown enough to just stop whining and crying that you didn't get your way, and then claiming racism and sexism. Stop trying to make excuses for why you're mad that you simply didn't get your way, being a hypocrite, being an asshole. Stop it. Just stop. One of these days, I want to see you guys in my town trying to pitch a fit and trying to act all high and mighty and righteous about all this stupid shit about anti-racism and blah, blah, blah. You're going to probably get the run out of town. There's going to be a lot of angry people. And I mean angry not because of your message, but because you're inconveniencing daily life. You're making it hard for them to get to work. You're blocking the entrances to businesses. You're just being an ass, and they're tired of it. And they're going to run you out of fucking town. So, there it is. Alright, I've let this video, this is by far my longest video, I've let this go on for far enough. But again, in closing, guys, in the hypocrisy, if you don't know what hypocrisy is, look it up. You'll be quite amazed at how many examples you can see in your daily life. Stop being an asshole. Just be nice. Be cool with people. Stop trying to find problems. Quit actively trying to pinpoint examples of racism or sexism or whatever. Stop doing it. Go back to your lives, people. Be normal. Be cool with each other. And let's work together to actually really, for real, make this country great. Because it has the potential. Just gotta stop being douchebags. It's very simple. Alright, that's all from me. Until next video, which I don't know when it's gonna be. So just, stay tuned, stay on the edge of your seats, guys. It'll be coming whenever. But anyway, until that next video, you guys take it easy. And, well, we'll see you later.